You're listening to Screaming Goat Radio with Kevin and Chris, right here on LA Talk Radio.
Welcome to the show endorsed by Howard Stern's cousin's babysitter. Screaming Goat Radio. Don't fuck it up, Kevin and Chris. Tweet the guys during the show at SG Radio LA. We know you have a lot of choices on the internet. So from all of us here at Screaming Goat Radio, we just want to say thanks for choosing us over porn.
Welcome to Screaming Goat Radio, everybody out there. Chris, a couple more selfies. Those are looking really good. You got a great duck face. I don't know if I've told you that right now. You've got a lovely duck face.
Isn't it just duck lips, or is it the whole duck face?
Your whole face
I was
is
just trying to
working
do
with
duck lips, not my whole face looking like a duck.
You did not know. It was a full duck face. It was very impressive with your selfies.
But it was impressive nonetheless.
It was very impressive. And it's been raining. It's basically a monsoon here in Southern California.
We're indoors though, Kevin.
Well, hey, I don't. It's been raining so much today. I'm used to carrying the umbrella, Chris. I'm just going to carry it. The sprinklers may come on.
I'm sorry. What do you carry?
The umbrella. How do you say that? Do I say it different than you?
Oh my! Do we have to go down this road again?
Umbrella?
We're gonna have this whole milk conversation again.
Why don't you tell me how to correctly say umbrella?
I think Rihanna can tell you how to say umbrella.
Yeah. Could you give me a little taste of that then?
Umbrella, Ella, a umbrella.
Umbrella.
You're like saying
I feel like we're saying
umbrella.
it the same.
You're like umbrella.
Okay, that's not how I said it.
I'm pretty sure that's how you said it.
I feel like we're saying it the same way. We
might
can do
be
a whole
saying
show on this probably here, but we have better things to do here on Screaming Goat Radio. Big show today. Our guest, Marque Richardson, one of the stars of Dear White People. He is an up-and-comer, Chris. His trajectory is like this. Ours is kind of like, is it more down or is it up and down?
I didn't know he had a trajectory at all.
If we do, it's
I
like
thought
this.
we were just a dot right here that hadn't really even started going any which way.
Well, he's
yet.
past us.
But he's like just a wall.
Just straight up.
Just straight up.
This is straight up, yeah.
I don't know if you can put that on a graph, can you? That just looks like one of the arms of the graph.
We'll have to get some of the
no
nerds
longer,
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't plot that one.
You can't plot that.
It just comes straight up the
How
side.
do you put that in a pie chart? You can't.
I don't know that you can.
It's the whole chart.
And he's one of the stars of Dear White People, here to talk about the show, to talk about the movie, and then he's appeared in True Blood, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Anger Management, The Newsroom. He was in Jingle Dead 2, which I'm going to ask him about. He played Santa Claus in Jingle Dead 2. So, I mean, he's got some range, Chris. This guy's got some range.
I've not seen Jingle Dead 2.
Well, you have to see the first Jingle Dead, I think, you can't just jump into 2.
Well, no, obviously you can't. But obviously Santa is there in the second one, so I know he doesn't die in the first one, even though it's called Jingle Dead.
So should we have prefaced that with like a spoiler alert?
Spoiler alert? I don't know. I haven't seen it. I didn't know I was going to spoil anything.
Well, we'll have to ask Marque when he comes out here. I mean, the man's played Santa Claus. He's one of the stars of the movie Dear White People. We're very excited.
I hope he brought gifts.
Well, I'm sure. If not, we're going to make him give stuff if he's got his cell phone, or we're going to just make him give us stuff.
I'm going to take his hat, probably.
How do you know he's wearing a hat?
I don't know. I'm just saying, I like hats,
sneaky.
so if he's wearing a hat, I'm going to take it.
I like this. So feel free, give us a call, 818-602-4929.
No.
That's the old number.
No.
What the hell is the new number here, Chris?
Oh, man.
You
don't even know.
You know what? Just tweet us at SG Radio LA. We'll figure out what the video number is.
I'll tell you here in just a second, Kevin.
Are you taking more selfies?
I'm going to actually just take a selfie of myself.
Well, show us your duck
Is that
face
redundant?
Here. Yeah.
Taking a selfie of myself?
And so we are going to have...
It's 818-570-5085.
I should write that down somewhere.
818-570-5085.
Give us a call. Talk to Marque.
It's a good thing you've got a co-host.
Questions. Yeah. We are going to have him out here in a bit, but we are going to get, huge verdict, or what? I guess not necessarily a verdict, but a huge decision came down. The Eric Garner decision that the police officer was not going to be charged with anything for Eric Garner. We want to get into that. We haven't even talked about the Ferguson stuff as well, so we are going to get into that here in a bit.
Couple of grand jury decisions.
Yes, huge landmark grand jury
back
decisions, and then we have our unsung stories here coming up at about 8:20.
Are you saying that we're going to actually talk about something seriously?
Chris, there's going to be some real talk.
Like I have to contribute in a serious way.
Yes, real talk from real people
about real issues.
About real issues here on Screaming Goat Radio. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
My opinion and thoughts are they're going to be valid.
Well,
they're going to be accepted
I wouldn't
and
go
valid.
that far.
No.
I wouldn't go that they'll be accepted and valid, but you're free to air them though.
Oh, I have the podium for a minute, but nobody's going to listen.
Pretty much, yeah. We'll probably turn your mic off and see.
Awesome.
No, yeah, we're going to have some real talk here on Screaming Goat Radio, and then we're going to get into our unsung stories, which will be the opposite of that, because those are the stories on the internet you have not heard of, but you need to. Some crazy, ridiculous stories here. So a lot of stuff, and then at the end, we're going to play a little game with Marque. I think it's fair to say, Chris,
I've
you and me.
always wanted to play strip poker with Marque.
It's actually spin the bottle, unfortunately.
Oh, spin the bottle. Well, that's a close second.
That's
bad. My second favorite.
But us white people do a lot of stupid stuff. I think it's fair to say, Chris. I've tried to dance before, which I have no business doing. So we're gonna throw some.
I've been telling you that for years.
You have. I know. I'm finally listening to you. So we're gonna throw some stuff at him, more like advice kind of stuff, and then he's gonna give us some dear white people. This is some advice that Marque.
He's going to give the advice.
He's going to give some advice.
We're just going to put out there the stupid things that white people do or say.
Yes.
Well, that we do or say.
We do.
I mean, I guess I can include myself in that, even though I
You're
tend
a good
to not
dancer,
think.
though.
I'm a pretty good dancer.
Yeah.
My body roll is exquisite.
He could give you some great. Probably take your. I don't know what that.
See,
that's.
I'm
is that like the worm or?
No, I'm supposed to be a body roll. It's just hard because I'm in a chair, Kevin.
Oh, okay.
But if I was standing up. I'm
really
exactly like Jessica Alba in Honey. If you've seen, you probably haven't seen that movie.
I'm very sexually attracted to you. Then I had no idea until right now. But I'm sure he'll be able to give you.
Should we cancel the guest and just
exactly? Maybe so.
Turn this show upside down on its head.
I don't even want to know
on someone's head.
I don't want to know what the kids are calling that.
Yes,
there.
I'm sorry.
So we'll have him on. We'll do a little of that. That should be fun here to close the show out. But before we get Marque in here and before we have our real talk, Chris. Mm-hmm. We haven't even talked about. I haven't seen you since Thanksgiving because you were gone. Did you have a good one? What did you? Anything exciting?
I did go somewhere for Thanksgiving. I went home.
Okay.
I went home where I'm welcome.
Okay.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't feel that way here, so sometimes I have to go home and get a little sense of that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, I was in Seattle, which, by the way, is interesting, and I had a great time. I don't even know if you asked me that, but I did have a great time.
I haven't been able to ask you any questions
because I wasn't really
just
listening.
going a mile a minute talking about how unwelcomed you feel.
Sorry. So sometimes I get emotional.
Okay.
And this is my podium.
Okay.
I went to Seattle, Kevin, and it was like freezing cold. It even snowed overnight one day, just a little bit, a couple inches. It melted a little bit, but then it got so cold that it froze, and so it stayed. I don't need. That's what I was going to say. Is that then I flew home on Tuesday morning to a monsoon.
Yes.
And flooding everywhere. I couldn't believe it. I thought that I was still in Seattle, and I was actually in Los Angeles.
It has been.
It's ridiculous.
Pouring here these past couple.
It was blue skies, sunny. It was 28 degrees at times, 30 degrees, so it was cold, but it was beautiful. And then I come back to this crap.
Yeah.
And people want to try to blame me.
Well,
I brought it back. But it rained on Monday night, and I wasn't here. So don't even try it. Shut your mouth.
I was thinking about trying that. But yes, it's been bad. It's been bad. Fortunately, the weather was nice. Chris, I did a little turkey trot on my Thanksgiving.
Oh, you did?
I did a
that
little
sounds like something a white person would do.
I should ask Marque about that if there's any African-American people that turkey trot. But
I'm just being racial with it since we have a racially charged show.
No, yeah, you're getting
I'm sure there's a
racial.
lot of people who do turkey trots, but the way it sounds, it just sounds...
It was fun. I did a little 10K turkey trot.
So what is that? It's 10K?
10K, which
makes it sound longer than it is. It's probably like 2 miles, but they call it a 10K.
I didn't ask, Chris, but I think it's like 30 or 40 miles probably. Something like that. And I also...
So you walked it.
I also don't know because I didn't check and see how I did, but I felt good. I felt like maybe I won it, but we didn't really stay around for the results or the all the details stuff.
Yeah, because that would have been hard to figure out if you had crossed first in the finish line.
Well, I was running blindfolded, if you really want to know. Because
wow. A 20-mile blindfolded turkey trot
or 30
for Thanksgiving.
Miles, possibly,
or 30
yes.
miles.
Yes. All right, maybe you're poking a couple holes in my turkey trot story. I did run the turkey trot. Maybe it was a top 3 finish. I don't know entirely. Maybe I didn't win it, Chris.
I'm guessing because you sound like you're fronting a little bit that you came in the same place as you did in People's Magazine Sexiest Man Alive, which was third behind me, which means if I would have run the turkey trot, I would have come in second.
I was going to say, it's very confusing because you didn't. So I finished behind you. I finished behind where you would have placed if you had ran the turkey. So they had like a placeholder.
Yes,
if,
can't you-
if Chris Labrum ran the turkey trot, he would have finished here. So it's first place, and then basically you start at third, even if you're.
Let's be honest. Again, we can ask Marquis about this. I don't want to be, insensitive. I don't want to be
Anytime anyone ever says I don't want to be insensitive, they're about to throw a
What is it?
very insensitive comment out.
unpolitically correct.
Okay.
Non-politically correct. I don't
Okay.
want to not be politically correct. Maybe that's the way to say it.
I'm very confused.
But let's be
Yeah.
honest. A Kenyan won the turkey trot. Someone from Kenya won the turkey trot.
As I said, Chris, I didn't.
There's
check,
no way. So
I didn't check
that's
the
why I'm
results.
saying I'm second
So
and you're
it's-
third,
it's
because
a
there's no way
Kenyan-
you're going to beat me.
It's a Kenyan, and then it's a placeholder for Chris Labrum, and then it's where I finish.
Yes.
Wow, we'll have to get the people from the Burbank Turkey Trot on the phone here. Maybe we can find out. But it was a good Thanksgiving
I'm
for
glad.
everybody
I'm glad you got
here.
some exercise finally.
Should we bring Marquis in right
I think
here?
we should.
Yeah,
I think we
let's-
should stop talking.
Yes, let's bring in the star of Screaming Goat Radio here tonight, Marquis in. He's over in our studio audience here.
Yes.
As he comes
Yes.
on over.
Yes. That's
Come on in here, Marquis.
2 clappers.
What an entrance. That is how you enter a studio. Careful. Yeah.
I brought gifts.
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
I wanted the hat, but I'll take this crumpled up ball.
Chris, I didn't get anything. Oh, it's a used napkin. Oh.
Hey, do you want to trade?
I'm gonna. Well, I don't know. Is
Your
there
gift
anything
for
written-
my gift?
Well, mine's a used napkin. This is like I could eBay this because this is Marquis snot on this. I could
that's-
probably. The ladies would give me some cash for this. I think.
However, I wanted that gift because I've kind of had some sniffles, and so I might need to use it, and this would be kind of chafing on my nose. And then that would have my snot in it as well, which would hopefully increase the value. but-
Haven't we had the whole trajectory talk about he's going straight up and we're just a
We're just-
dot? How
yeah.
are you going to be able to?
So you're
increase the
saying
value?
my snot is going to devalue
It's
that.
going to devalue,
right, yeah,
yes,
you should
because
probably
you are a star, Marquis. We're glad to have you on the
No.
show here today.
No, well, thank you for having me.
You seem disoriented
I
right
am
here.
a little disoriented. It's raining, and I don't like to come outside of my house when it rains.
I
I
see.
offered the umbrella to Chris, and it's yours if you'd like it.
Well,
after
Is
we're
he
done.
saying it right?
Is this a gift exchange, Marquis? Yeah.
No,
yeah,
the umbrella.
How do you say umbrella?
Umbrella.
umbrella?
Umbrella.
How do you say ambulance?
Ambulance.
Yeah.
Ambulance.
Ambulance.
Yeah.
Ambulance.
Yeah, this is what the show's just going to turn into. If somebody throws a word out and we all try to see
Pronunciation
if we're
games.
pronouncing it correctly. Yeah.
Library, crowns.
Listen, I'm sure as the show goes on, we will find out all sorts of fantastic words that we mispronounce as the show goes on. But
I hope so.
before we get into our unsung stories, we have not had a chance to talk about Ferguson or to talk about the grand jury decision today to not charge Officer Daniel Pentello, I believe is how you say it, in the death of Eric Garner. For anybody that's not seen that video, it is a heartbreaking video to watch. The officer has Eric Garner in the chokehold. You can hear him a couple of times say he can't breathe, and they just continue to put bodies on top of him. Yep. It's just a heartbreaking video to watch, and it's just, I mean, it makes you wonder what's happening out there. I'm sure it's obviously hard to be a police officer. I don't envy the situations that they're put in, but how are these people not indicted? How is there not a trial? How is there not a desire to get more information here?
Well, I'd like to be able to give you a 60-second answer on that, but I'm pretty sure that I can't. But what I will say
You've
is
already used up about 30
that's
seconds
all my
of that.
time, folks. Thank you very much. I've just spoken eloquently about all of
About
these
not speaking about anything.
major issues that our country is facing.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say that what's so heartbreaking about this one in particular, like you said, is well, one, the video. I mean, this whole thing is on video.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can hear him saying you can't breathe. You can see the chokehold that the officer's putting him in, which apparently is like illegal to do.
Yes,
it's like a
in New York City.
illegal thing. It was
Only in New York City.
it was
Yeah.
it was deemed a homicide. So you have a video that then gets looked at. It's an illegal thing to do. It gets deemed a homicide, and it's like, yeah, well, we're not going to press any charges.
It is hard to believe.
But the difference, I think, between the two, I mean, you had brought up the Ferguson one. You know, one, I don't think there was any video as of yet that it's come out on any sort of camera, but there's like 60 plus witnesses, quote unquote, that all contradict each other
Yeah.
in some way, shape, or form, which to me is kind of crazy on a certain
Yeah.
level. Like how do people see the same thing in so many different ways?
Right.
But that one, the evidence, I guess, wasn't there potentially
Well-
for them to.
I think
for them to charge him.
And yeah, I definitely want to get your take on this, Marquis. But part of the problem I was reading with the Ferguson one was the prosecutor didn't really act like a prosecutor in the case, and
They never do.
he basically threw all the evidence that they had at the grand jury, and there were a lot of conflicting accounts of it, rather than tailoring the evidence to his case and presenting a case. And I was reading, usually the prosecutor suggests a verdict, or he's trying to essentially prosecute to get the grand jury to side a certain way, but he really didn't. He didn't kind of guide them at all, and didn't really say, hey, I feel like he should be charged or he shouldn't be charged. He didn't really present a case.
He didn't prosecute anybody.
Yes. There was no prosecution there. It was just him dumping all of the evidence against the grand jury, and it's obvious they're going to be conflicting cases, and it's going to cause doubt. Marquis, what are kind of your thoughts on Ferguson or on Garner here?
Look, I mean, it's unfortunate, and what I think is most interesting about it now is that this stuff has been going on for years. And, it just so happens that because we have social media and the internet that we continue to see it more often. But just imagine how many cases are happening right now. The same shit. Can I curse on here?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
Can we say what we want on this show?
We can say it's for the internet.
As long as it's not at me.
Yes.
Because I'm not afraid to throw my mic down.
Yeah, and just
hop over
hit
that
it.
jump
Yeah.
up.
He's fought almost every guest we've had on the
right.
show. Men,
Who?
women
too?
baby,
Children.
baby on the show, which I don't know why we booked that
Little
baby.
people.
The baby was a terrible guest, but you fought the baby.
I fought the baby because the baby wasn't saying anything. It was such a terrible guest.
Baby
Yes.
definitely.
So he'll
punch
probably
up.
fight
Yeah.
you at some point,
Okay,
but
I'm ready.
carry on. Yeah.
Otherwise, swear as much as you want.
Okay, cool. But no, I mean it's heartbreaking, and it really makes you think. I mean, for me as a black man in America, like anything could happen in terms of police that are supposed to serve and protect you and whatnot. But there's a fear. There's an underlying fear in the black community in terms of just living, just stepping outside, just being pulled over.
Have you
know?
experienced any of that profiling? Have you experienced? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up here in
Here
Bellflower.
in Bellflower,
And,
okay.
I mean, I've lived all over the place: Newport News, Virginia, San Diego, Inglewood, places in Orange County. Spent the majority of my life in Bellflower, which is like 25 miles southeast of downtown.
Okay.
LA. But I mean, it didn't matter where I was growing up. Black, you do have that underlying fear of, anything could happen. You get pulled over, you don't know what's going to happen, especially now.
Yeah.
I don't speak for everybody.
Yeah.
I speak for myself.
Well, no, it's certainly a problem, and I'm just surprised with the Garner thing. Like that was the one thing that was talked about with Ferguson is there was no video, there were conflicting accounts. You've got a video of
Right.
exactly what happened. The chokehold is illegal and he's saying I can't breathe. Like you've got a video of exactly what happened.
So then the question is, what is a body cam going to do with the whole,
Because the new idea
right,
of putting the body cams on
police officers? What is that going to do?
Yeah, it's just going to cause people to be more pissed off when there's
Yeah.
another video of something
Right.
happens and the person's not indicted. I just don't know how you can't have, it's not necessarily these people are going to be charged, but how you can't send some of this to trial, how you don't want to know more information, how you don't want to go through due process. It's not necessarily these indictments. It's not a automatic guilty verdict,
Right,
but it's just
right.
like, why do we not want to know more here? And to me, the Ferguson seems like a cover up from the top down.
Oh yeah.
And then the Garner thing, information still coming out about what happened, but it seems like this. Let's sweep it under the rug. If we don't talk about it, if we don't discuss it, it's not
apologize.
going on.
Yeah.
So-
Where are the jurors coming from? Where
Yeah.
are these idiots coming from? Where are they coming from? Dear white people, where are they coming from? Where are these motherfuckers coming from?
Wait a second. Dear white people, are you saying that they come from our neck of the woods? Is that what you're implying?
We do have a call here. Let's see if this person is calling.
Actually,
to
they
chime
were
in here.
majority white, though, weren't they? There was like
Yes, they were.
Screaming Goat Radio. You are
3
on the air.
non-whites.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Screaming Goat Radio. You're on the air. Who's this?
What's your name?
How you doing? This is Randall.
Randall. How are you
What's going
today?
on, Randall?
Randall.
Randall, do you have a question for?
Hello, Mark. Is it Mark?
I hate you,
Mark
Randall.
Q? I'm
I
not
hate
sure
you.
to pronounce your name.
You are an idiot.
Mark Hugh.
Are you having your calls forwarded to us, Marky?
I believe it's Mark Hugh.
Yes. Yeah. Do you have a question for Mark or Mark
Yeah.
Q or Marquis? All three are here in studio.
Which correctional facility are you calling from, Randall?
I'm calling from your mama's house.
Oh, great.
Fine, by the way.
I know Randall. He's a bitch.
Yeah?
I'm sorry. Please.
Randall, what do you have to offer here on the show? Question, comment, mama jokes?
Some dirt on Marky Mark.
The comedic opening. But, I do appreciate you guys talking about a very serious issue. Just in particularly talking about Ferguson. And one of the things that I found to be the most egregious point out of a ton of egregious points as far as what's happened was the grand jury. They were giving instructions based off of a statute that talked about what is permissible for police officers to do in regards to when they think that a suspect is fleeing or trying to escape from custody. So that it was a key point based off of, okay, if Mike Brown was running away, what did they have a legal authority to do to stop him from running? And the statute, which was deemed unconstitutional in 1985, stated that they pretty much had carte blanche. If a person was fleeing from a scene, regardless of what the situation was, they pretty much had carte blanche to do whatever they needed to do. That was actually given to them as a statute of law at the beginning of the grand jury process. Then at the end, they were given the new law, which was something that was corrected that said that, actually, no, that's deemed unconstitutional. That is not going to be something that they can legally do. And they weren't told the difference between the two documents. So they were basically given something that said cops can do whatever they want, then said cops can only do certain things, and they weren't told the difference between the two documents. So that was something that just really boggled my mind and really just let me know that from the top down, as you guys said, like this was really just the legal establishment in Ferguson doing whatever they could to make sure that there wouldn't be an indictment. It's a fucking shame.
Yeah, we're definitely in agreement on that, and we appreciate.
100%.
Yeah, we appreciate the call. Thanks for the information too. That's something that we did not have on it, and kind of helps shed a light on this, and really helps kind of align the fact that this did seem like a cover up from the top down. So thank you so much for the call there. We definitely appreciate it.
Indeed.
So, I mean, we could talk about this.
Smells bad.
It smells very bad.
Okay.
It
Very
seems like
bad.
a cover-up. I think we could probably talk about this the entire show.
Well, I was going to
have
ask
our real talk.
one last thing. Well, it might be two. I might be lying. It might be two things. 'Cause I want to get Marquis' thoughts on. One, there always seems to be somebody that will just when these things happen, will bring up like, oh well. And it's not obviously it's not a good thing, but last week this white kid or white guy got shot by a police officer. Nobody's talking about it. What's your reaction when you? I mean, to me, like you're saying, this has been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
This isn't like just a very recent thing. Oh, a couple of these happened. Now this happened to somebody who's white. Why aren't you talking about it? Right. I mean, you've got a history, but it always kind of frustrates me when I see that because it's not like anyone's saying that this is it needs to happen to more races, and then it'll be fine, it'll be even, or anything like that.
Right. But it's a fad. It's a fad. Like right now, that's what's in style. That's what the media is talking about, and that's what people are
It's a
eating.
fad to discuss it.
Right.
The media,
right,
yeah.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I saw a picture on the internet. I don't know. Don't believe what you see on the internet, but I don't know if you guys saw it. It was a clip of a CNN report, and it compared from, I forgot the years, but up to like 2012, number of white people aged from like 15 to 26 that were killed in this certain span of years. It was like 1-point-something million as compared to that of blacks, 31 million. And so when you see those numbers, it's like, okay, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, it's certainly something that, as you said, it's in vogue to discuss now because of the Garner thing and because of the Ferguson. But this is not a new thing. This is not a new topic. And I'm sure more information will come out about both cases as we go on, and the only help is that this information can help not allow this to happen in the future. So,
What are your thoughts on the rioting and stuff? I just thinking about that because people look at it like, hey, that's not how you should react, but then it's like, hey, we're just trying to like make you see, pay attention to what's going on, like. What's your feeling about that? Is it like, hey, I wish they wouldn't have been rioting, or I get it, and I'm.
Honestly, I mean, to each his own. I feel like it.
Yeah.
It's a frustration in the community, and it's people don't always express themselves in the best way or the most effective light, and so you continue with peaceful protests, or you try and boycott Black Friday and whatnot, however much that does, and you get tired of doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So what do you do? So I mean, what do you do? I don't have the answer for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Let's take one more call on this, and then we can move on to our unsung stories here. Maybe someone else can have another opinion, shed some more light on this. Screaming Goat Radio, you're on the air. Hi, who is this?
Hi, this is Rick. How are you guys tonight?
Rick, we're good. How
Good.
about
How you
yourself?
doing, man?
Thanks for
Rick.
calling.
I think that was a thank you for calling. Thank you for having me on.
Of course.
I heard you guys talking about this poor Eric Garner guy and his situation, and how that grand jury just kind of brushed it off their shoulders. But I was wondering when anybody was going to get my input on the whole thing.
We got it right now, I think. Why don't you give it to us?
You're welcome to give it to us.
I assume that's why you called.
Okay. Yeah, well, a lot of people are asking about poor Eric and about this cop, but I mean, as the chokehold, I feel it's pretty much my duty to chime in and let people know that I think I was used in a very wrong way, and I wish I had just taken the day off that day, and now
I see what's
this
going on
horrible
here.
thing's hanging on me.
I see what's going on here. The chokehold has called us. The chokehold has called.
Yeah, I'm Rick.
How did you get our number, Chokehold?
Oh, I was listening live. I listen to you guys every week.
Yeah.
And, I'm a fan.
I mean,
I tell you,
I think
maybe I'm putting my foot in my mouth because
well,
I don't
I mean,
know if this is the kind of publicity I ever wanted, but whew.
I think that you have really gotten a bad name here for this. I think that
Oh,
you were used in the wrong way here, and it's going to be very hard for you to recover, Chokehold, from this. You might have to go underground. You might have to stop being used for a while because this does not make you look good at all.
No, it does. Thank God my wife can still work. She gets a lot of good work with the WWF. I'm married to Sleeper Hold. God bless her. Beautiful.
Oh, to the sleeper
Quite a few
hold.
long years. I think we're going on 24 years
Wow.
this July.
Yeah, congratulations right there, yeah.
Thank you. But, I might be out of work. I don't know. And
I
the
think
worst reason to go out of work.
I would definitely go in hiding. I would allow your wife to work overtime at the WWE, and maybe you can resurface at some point. But it's going to be very hard for you, I think. Sleeper Hold.
No, I'm Chokehold. She's
This is
Sleeper
Oh,
Hold.
that's right. This
Get him
is Sleeper
straight,
Hold. I'm
Kevin.
sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Rick.
Yeah, I'll need an
I'm
ID.
wondering
here.
if maybe I should try to change my name, become some sort of different hold.
I think you know what. Go
Go into
the
witness
options.
protection. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So like Rick, I don't know what. Gosh, Rick neck
Dude.
hold? No, that's too close.
Maybe choke
have
slam or
no
whatever.
comment.
And Marquis, I don't know if you have any.
That's actually my cousin.
No comment.
He won't let anybody shoe in on his territory.
Mm.
how about stronghold? You can go as
There you
a
go.
stronghold.
Rick Stronghold. That just makes me sound like Fort Knox or something.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Rick? Just think about it. Think about what the options. Call us back and let us know what you end up changing your name to, and then we'll go from there. Thanks for the call right there. We had the Sleeper Hold call the show.
Sleeper Hold.
How I don't even know how dialing the phone. Like it's very impressive.
And I gotta say, I don't feel that bad for him.
No. Yeah.
I don't.
He's probably got a good severance package.
Yeah.
He probably,
Yeah.
bonus.
He's gonna be
He's got a-
fine.
He's fine.
He's gonna be
good,
fine.
Rick.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Eric is not gonna be fine.
No, he's not.
And that
gonna
is
be fine.
that is the main part about all of this.
Sad story and heartbreaking video, and hopefully these videos and the evidence that comes out is used to make things better, because certainly it's an embarrassing situation with that, and you really feel for his family. So that was some real talk on Screaming Goat Radio. There is no transition from real talk, Chris.
There isn't?
Only
How do you expect me to move into unsungs?
this is how I think you can do it.
Attention!
Oh, yeah.
Kevin and Chris will now take time to honor the stories that fell through the cracks of the internet. It is time for Unsung Stories.
On SGR.
You're getting there.
At Silver.
There it is.
So we got our unsung stories here. We are joined by Marque Richardson, one of the stars of Dear White People, to help us talk through the opposite of what we were doing last time. Not last time, but on our last segment here. We have the stories in the internet here you have not heard of, but you should. The first story, Marque and Chris, it is about a new product that is trying to be the people making this product are trying to raise money to put this out in the world. They're on Kickstarter trying to raise money for something called the No Phone. Now, what this is, you know, basically, I mean, you can't go anywhere and not have a cell phone. If you tell people you don't have a cell phone, you are looked at like a pariah or like somebody that exists hundreds of years ago. So they've now created a product. It's called the No Phone. It's shaped like a phone. It looks like a phone, but it's basically just a block.
So it doesn't work.
It doesn't work, but you're able to still carry this around, put it in your pocket, be accepted socially from anybody else who sees you. It's not a real phone. It doesn't work, but it looks like a real phone as well. It's called the No Phone. They're kickstarting this. They've raised more than $13,000 right now.
$13,000?
Well over their goal of $5,000. That was their original fundraising goal for the No Phone. It's waterproof, and they say it's non-addictive.
What?
Non-addictive. I'd be addicted to it.
I'm going to get you one of these.
Why? Because you think I'm addicted to my phone?
You're addicted to your phone.
But that's fine. I have my phone. My phone will be in my hand. I don't need a fake phone to have in my hand. I'll just have my phone.
I'm just allowing you more time to enjoy the company of the people around you is really what I'm doing with the No Phone.
Oh, you're trying to encourage my face-to-face interaction.
Exactly.
So you're going to force me to have a phone that doesn't work in my hand.
Yeah.
And you want people to invest in that. You want me to give money
Listen,
to
I'm
a
not asking for
Kickstarter,
people
but-
to invest. I mean, you can invest if you want. I'm just saying this product is out there.
I'd buy it. I would use
Yeah?
it, actually.
You would-
Because I don't even like my real phone. So with the No Phone, I don't give a fuck what people think about me anyway. But with the No Phone, I just look at it. I play with it like a rock or a brick. Or,
You know what the great thing would be to have it is, say you had somebody there that you did not want to get the contact information from, and they were like, hey, you know what, I'll give you my number. You just hand it. You either tell them, yeah, I want you to put it on my phone, or you're like, I got it right here.
But what's the response
Saved.
to that when you give somebody the No Phone? Like, what happens? You give me the
It's like
No
an
Phone.
intervention.
Yeah, like what happens?
I'm going to sit you down today.
Yeah.
Like, Kevin, you have a problem.
Yeah. I think that's what it is right there. But it's, I guess people in New York City started this and doubled the fundraising
I mean,
goal.
just give me your $12. Give me your money, and I'll give me that $13,000, and I'll go and I'll talk to Tony Robbins, and I'll invest it for you,
Shark
and I'll bring
Tank.
it back. Yeah, I'll bring it back, and I'll give you $500 instead of a fake plastic phone that's not going to serve
Hold
you
on.
in any sort of way.
So I could give you $12 right now, and you're going to bring me back $500?
Absolutely.
When?
I'll have it. Not by a certain
Next week.
timeline.
Well, I
By
got
next
20.
week.
Yeah, we got. See
Wow, he's already getting in on this.
I got 15, 20, 25, 30.
how much you got.
His is 12. Mine's actually 15. Yeah, if you give me 15.
He's got 35.
I got
Kevin.
35.
That's
How
not
much can
bad.
you bring back with 35?
I'm going to bring
What's the
you back
ratio?
775.
775. Okay.
In an hour?
Talk about it.
Yeah, I might have to leave the show here real quick.
Are we going to hear gunshots down on the road down there and people screaming, and then we see you run up bloodied? And
No. What you're going to hear is that sexy time music that we play on this show every
yeah?
now and
Oh,
again.
Sexy time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do we get to do sexy time on the show?
Well,
Hey,
at some point, we'll see
We've
if we
got
can.
some time left. You never know where this is going to go.
It could lead to sexy
I'm gonna.
time,
What I'm
Marque.
saying is, I'm going to use my skills that you saw a little bit earlier,
Body
Yeah.
rolling.
and I'm
Your
going to body roll.
How is that?
Yeah.
Is that pretty good?
It's a good body roll.
I mean, it's a little stiff, but I'm in a chair. I mean, you know.
Right. You need the full motion. You got the green screen. You could do a body roll. You could be like on a surfboard or something.
Okay, fine.
Oh, here we
He's
go.
getting up to do the
He
body
is.
roll.
Let's see what happens. Yeah.
Okay, I need your opinion.
Okay.
Okay. Now maybe I'll do a little to the side like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then
you,
let it
that's
snap
good
back.
stuff.
That's not the worst
And then,
body
I
roll
mean,
I've
come
seen.
on.
That's pretty good, actually. That's not.
Pretty
I mean,
good, right?
I'm not the one who can say you should really.
For a white guy?
Yeah, because
Come on.
I
Look.
definitely can't.
I can't body roll either. I just broke my back. I have a back.
I'm actually going to go down the hall and try to get some other opinions, and I'll be right back. But you guys talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
Bye, Chris. He's
Yeah.
leaving. He's leaving.
He's leaving us, maybe. Yeah, it is probably good you didn't give him any money, though.
Right.
I think he would probably take off with it.
I don't
there.
trust him.
No,
I really don't trust him.
He's not a trustworthy guy whatsoever.
No.
Do you think this no phone is this a good idea or
For
is this
babies,
just a terrible
for
idea?
kids,
Yeah,
for children. I mean, and myself, for children and myself, because you don't want to give kids real phones, even though that's what they're doing.
it's a
now.
pretty good idea.
You know, what do you call it? Electromagnetic waves and brain cancer and ball cancer and from the real deal.
Does
so
it
you get the fake when you
Causes
prevent
all that, huh?
Yeah.
Chris, welcome back. Where?
Welcome
Thank
back
you.
to the Kevin and Marquis show.
Yeah, you've already been
Have I already
cut
been
out.
replaced?
Yeah, you've
Well,
already
replaced.
It
Am I
happens
the
quick.
guest now? Are you going to
Yes.
interview me?
Happens quick. And this is what it sounds like when your mic is cut right here.
Oh, okay. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Is it
Yeah.
still cut? Hello.
You're back on.
All right.
You're back on.
Sorry about that.
Oh.
There was nobody in the hallway, so I was just body rolling by myself.
I'm
Down
I'm
and
glad
back.
you came back in if there was no one there to appreciate it. So who knows? We'll have to see if you're out there. You wanna contribute to this. There is the,
The
no
no
phone
phone.
on
Interesting.
Kickstarter. Yeah.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
invest.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin, hey, let's go on to our next unsung here.
All right.
Attention.
Here we go. Unfortunately, we're only doing 2 tonight. We didn't have one from Florida. So
What?
sorry, Florida. We normally have an unsung from Florida. This one happens to be from New Jersey. This is a good one, Kevin.
I'm excited about this one.
So, Vineland, New Jersey, police officers reported that a man told them, this is what he told them, once he turned himself in, that he fled the scene of an accident, of an auto accident, of a crash scene, because he, quote, didn't want to deal with his girlfriend yelling at him, quote.
Oh, you're getting some applause here from Marquis.
Yeah, you applaud this man?
I applaud him.
That's it. That's a good reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently, David Scarpa, he's 21 years old, New Jersey guy. He got in a car accident with his girlfriend in the car. He actually ran into a pole. I believe. I don't know if he was backing in or he ran into head on, but he ran into a pole. They got out and were screaming at each other. He didn't want to deal with it anymore, so he just took off. Just took off.
She stayed there too?
Well, apparently.
She's not loyal. She's not Bonnie and Clyde. She's not loyal.
She should have
I
ran
feel like I've
yelling
heard a
at him.
song about that.
Yeah. These
recently.
hoes ain't loyal.
They just ain't loyal.
No, they ain't.
Yeah. Yeah. Why did that get the applause from you, Marquis? That's the way to go, you think?
Well, depends on what she was talking about.
Yeah.
You know, depends on what she depends. I mean,
We
they
don't
couldn't-
know.
Right. Were they fighting or something prior to the accident? And it was
You
this
gotta
an all-day
think that-
argument.
They may have. Neighbors said they heard the crash and then yelling outside the car. We obviously don't know whether they were yelling in the car, what they were talking about. But
I don't think it's the first time they're yelling at each other based on how this story went down.
Right.
You
It's
know?
probably not the first time.
Maybe he was trying to crash and send himself through the windshield just to end it all. 'cause
you
he
think
was
they have a
he
rocky
was so tired of
relationship?
it.
Is that what you're saying? How
I'm
do
just
you
saying.
know?
I'm just saying.
What if they
Chris.
were healthy as pie? Up to,
I do love that expression.
although
healthy
pie,
as pie.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's a vegan
vegan
Brussels sprouts pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
that-
sugar.
All right,
Yeah,
you
no
got me
sugar.
on that one. You
Yes.
got me on that one.
Gluten
yes.
free.
Yes.
I just
that
made a
does apply.
diabetes pie for Thanksgiving, by the way.
Oh, really?
How,
was an
how does
apple
that
pie.
work?
It was apple pie.
It was nothing but sugar, brown sugar and caramel. It was pretty.
no
yeah.
apples, but they called it apple. Just brown sugar.
No pie crust.
Sugar,
Just brown
in a
sugar.
tin pan.
Just brown sugar and caramel on top.
Baked.
And a spoon.
That sounds pretty good, actually.
That sounds delicious.
I would eat that. That's on my alley.
That
It
sounds
was good.
delicious.
Well, I think this just goes to show you that, like, the power that women have on us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't drive with them.
Right.
You can't
Can't drive
without
without
them.
Yeah.
Because you totaled your car on the pole, so you technically can't really drive at all.
Yeah.
But he probably bought that car too to like impress a woman, and then he just
probably
bailed.
bought it that day,
He
too.
bought it that day, crashed it into a pole, and then just ran out.
Can you imagine now when he goes
To spite
back,
her.
knocks on that door and walks in the room? If he was getting shit before, can you imagine how much shit he's going to get now? Like, he's probably going to the police and...
Keep me here.
I don't know
Please
if he-
keep me
yeah,
here.
I don't know if he turned himself in.
He did.
but
On
he's
Monday,
probably-
he turned himself in.
He's probably either asking for the electric chair,
Yeah.
or he's probably asking, just put me behind bars, just keep me away from her.
He was charged with leaving the scene of an accident and reckless driving. I don't think she paid his bail.
No.
I don't know if anyone did, but she did not.
He's probably the first one that refused bail.
Although she probably tried to pay his bail because she wanted to continue yelling at him.
Holding on to the bar, not letting it open, not letting him leave.
Goodness.
So
they need to end it.
Yes,
ladies,
probably
ladies.
so.
Go easy on us.
Seriously.
We all mean well.
Yeah.
Don't
Sometimes,
Yeah. You know,
for the most part.
not all of us
most
have
part.
the looks and the personality of our guest here, Marque Richardson.
Stop it.
I think we should turn to you here and talk
Yes.
to you a little bit. You, the star, one of the stars
I'm more of
of
like a comet.
a comet.
Yeah.
I like
Okay.
that.
Dull.
That's good.
and just dull and hard.
Well, don't say that about you and your and your
Is
career.
that how you describe comments? Comments? Normally I go, oh, it's like a comment. You see, it's like it's so exciting, but like just dull and hard.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the damn comment.
so dull and hard? But if you're like a comment, what does that say for us? Which is so you need to be a little bit more than that. We've already talked about you're heading straight up. You've been in a lot of stuff. You're in Dear White People.
I want to hear how naked you were in True Blood and how much blood and sex
Yes.
was going on in True Blood, because I've never watched the show other than like a little bit. And it seems like that's all was on the show.
Yeah, I only watch it just so I can keep getting more checks.
I like it.
Checks.
Yeah.
But they told me that I was going to be nude. So when
Oh,
I
did they really?
They told me I was going to be nude when I got the part. And then
Isn't that just assumed if you're in
oh,
True Blood? Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
it was kind of like traumatic because I had to stop eating. I had to start working.
Had
out.
you ever done any nudity up till that point?
No
I
more
had.
apple pies.
had.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
like
in Santa Claus or what was that? Dead Santa 2 or whatever that was.
the Jingle Dead 2. That was a whole nother. Ooh.
Let's hear about that in a second. First, let's hear about the nudity on True Blood here.
Yeah, I mean, so they prepped me to be nude. I didn't get nude until my second season of it. So I'm like, training and eating right and whatnot for longer than I needed to be.
Did they tell you what you were going to show?
Full
how you're
frontal, cock and balls.
Wow.
No, they just said maybe ass cheeks. At the most, ass cheeks. And then, but here's the thing. when
At the
you are-
most?
At the most.
At the most, couldn't you just
Yeah.
squat a lot and not do
Yeah.
anything else?
I wanted to-
implants?
Yeah, just some
Should have got the
Kardashians, as they
Kardashian
call them.
implants. Yeah. But the weirdest part is wearing what they call a cock sock. So it's basically like a sock, and you tie it around the package, and you're just out there in front of everybody. And
But they do have those.
They have
So
them.
you're not fully nude necessarily.
You
You
have
do
a
have that little
sock
cock.
around you put the balls and you put the shaft in this sock and you tie it up, and then that's all fine, but I just didn't know what to do with my hands. That was the thought, like, what do I do with
Normally,
my
when I'm like this, I'm
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
something.
hands? Yeah, or something.
But
yeah, it's weird. It's a weird situation. So that was fun.
No.
Yeah.
And then tell us about, and where's the name of it again? About
What is it?
Jingle
Jingle
Dead
Dead?
2. You played Santa Claus. We're here in
played-
December. Tell us what that was like
First
to play
black Santa Claus.
such the first black, an iconic character like that.
Yeah, and that was around the time where Fox News had said something about
No
don't worry,
nudity in
kids.
that one, right?
No
You
nudity.
didn't show anything as Santa Claus.
Well, did I? Actually, I did.
Whoa.
That's my career.
Not for the kids.
he's got it in his writer. He's like, I got to be nude
have to
every
be nude
time.
every
At least
time.
one part
Where's
of
my
body.
cock sock?
Yeah.
Where's my Christmas cock sock?
Let it out. That was first black Santa Claus. I don't think that's a true fact.
I believe it.
You said it
Let's
here on
just say-
SGR.
Yeah.
It's
So
a fact.
It's
Yes.
a fact, and it's the real deal. But that was around
Well,
the time
I'm-
Fox
I'm
News said that
honored.
don't worry, kids. There's no such thing as a Santa Claus is not black. That's what Fox.
They
News
wanted to
said.
make sure kids knew that.
Kids knew
Well,
that.
it's
Yeah.
probably because you were so believable in your
Yeah.
portrayal of Black Santa
Yes.
Claus.
Yes.
You made it so real.
Thank
I
you.
think.
Thank you
Is
for that,
probably what it
Kevin.
was. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, we're here with Marque Richardson. Talk a little bit about Dear White People, how that came about for you, and just being in that film.
Whew, what an experience! I blacked it all out.
It was that good.
It was that good.
Yeah.
Or you were just that drunk the entire
Yeah.
time.
Well,
Little of column A, little of column B.
but no, I mean it was such a great experience, and it's a film we did that's about basically 4 black students on an Ivy League campus that follows identity. It's a story about identity.
It's basically Harvard. I'm just gonna.
Basically, pretty much.
Yeah.
Called Winchester.
Yeah.
A make-believe Harvard.
Harvard loves that tie-in, by the way, if they're watching.
Harvard?
Yeah.
I was just doing that as a Stanford
Yeah.
guy. I was just
Yeah.
trying to,
Oh,
yeah.
well,
Your
I see.
honorary
Dig the
degree
competition.
is not going to go.
I mean, I don't have any comment about
yeah.
Stanford.
Yep, Mr. USC.
you know.
Yep. Hey, I'm from Seattle though, and I like Pete Carroll.
Yeah, the rest of the show
Can
is
we- can we
just going to be
mend
this
fences?
coughing and posturing
where we
from you
fight.
two.
It's getting
I
there.
knew it
It's
was gonna
getting
come.
there.
Yeah.
This is where we fight. But no, that was a great experience. We shot it in Minneapolis for a month between August and September. And then quick turnaround for Sundance last year. Got in, won some awards. Lionsgate picked it up, and it's in theaters now.
What's been the reception of that? People kind of hear the title, Dear White People. Have you got a mix, not necessarily reviews, but the reception of the film? Has that been an interesting experience for you of just seeing how people have received this, just all kinds of people from all different kinds of places?
Yeah, that has been the most fascinating part about it to me, because being at Sundance, we were selling out all the theaters, and the majority of the people in the theaters were white people. And so I remember there was I forgot, Eccleston or something. It was 1,200 or 1,400 people in the theater. It was sold out. The majority was white people, but we still had such a diverse amount of people coming up and saying that, it's not like it's just a black story. It's a universal story, because at the root of it, it's about identity. And so you had white people that identified with it. You had blacks, Mexicans, people from all over the world that identified with it. And I think I just lost my train of thought.
So it's not just a movie about bashing white people.
No,
because we had Nate Daniels. Nate.
Yeah.
We had him on the show a couple weeks ago, and he was trying to make sure people understood that that's not necessarily what it is. Right. And I didn't necessarily believe him.
Well,
so I want to take it from you too.
Yeah,
so.
you just have to see it. I mean, you can look at tons of comments on the internet, people just talking shit, sitting in their basement. Blah, blah, blah. What if they made a Dear Black People? Okay, what if they made a Dear Black People? The title was just to get people talking about it and fill the seats. So after you see the movie, then you do like it or you hate it, but you've seen it.
Well, I'm gonna go see it then.
Yeah,
you better hurry up.
I've now gotten through 2 interviews and 2 guests who are here for that movie.
Yes.
And I haven't seen the movie yet, and
Chris,
that's called good hosting.
Screaming Goat Radio has been promoting Dear White People for the last month on this show.
Before we get to our third
Kevin.
guest,
Yes. Yes.
Who's also from Dear White People.
yes,
Yeah,
I will go see it.
Now, we do have a game here in a second that we do want to get to with you, but I was curious. You've been at a lot of different shows.
Had
a
shows.
really great career. Has there been anybody that you've worked with that you were like, I can't believe I'm doing a scene with this person, or I can't believe I'm here with this person?
Yeah.
Or I can't believe this person is looking at my cocksock right now.
Yeah. And it could be even people right now that you're, not necessarily, it could be like on a radio show or whatever, but any of your idols that you work with.
Who knows?
Guys, I can't believe I'm pinching myself right now. You saw me. I pinched myself.
Other than us, because
It's real.
yes,
It's real.
It's very real.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty lucky and fortunate. I've been able to work with a lot of cool people, people that I've idolized and whatnot. And then I will say one particular instance, I worked with a show called Anger Management, and I got to work with Charlie Sheen and Martin Sheen.
Yeah.
But this was around the time where all that drama was going on with Charlie Sheen, so I didn't know what to expect coming into this. I didn't know
The Tiger's Blood stuff.
Yeah,
all
that.
that.
It was around that time.
Winning.
So I was like, what?
Winning.
Winning. Hashtag winning. So I didn't know what to expect, but I showed up, and honestly, him and his father were some of the coolest humans I've ever come across. Like, just down to earth, just cool as shit. And his dad kept trying to like dap me up and do like all these handshakes or whatever. Like,
Yo, give a little special handshake action.
Call me Marty Mart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like literally just like that. But,
That's cool.
Yeah, cool guys. So. Yeah.
Is there anyone on your list where you're like, listen, I will have made it when I've worked with this person?
I will have made it when I have had a sex scene with Oprah.
Oh wow! I like that.
Yeah,
that I would pay to
impregnated
go
her.
see. Wow.
And
You're going for the
her.
money.
I'm going for.
You're going.
I'm going.
I
Yes.
think that's smart.
Going for it. You think? Thank you.
It's going to be a lot of paternity test on that one. There's
Hey.
going to be a
I've
lot of
never
stuff
thought
up
about
in
like
there.
that. I've been going around trying to sleep with women,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to
Poor.
poor women. I
loyal.
need to
Yeah.
change
Change your
and loyal.
approach.
Poor
Change
loyal, cool, down to earth women.
Change your approach.
I need to
Chris.
change my approach. Wow.
Yeah. Well, why don't we conclude? Go ahead.
I got one because I usually like to know the opposite as well. Is there
Yeah.
any
Ooh,
nightmares?
I like that.
that you've worked with.
That's a great question.
If you're willing to say their name to the millions of people that are listening
the
and watching to
millions
us.
of people. I ain't gonna put out no names, but I've
Okay.
worked with many bitches, and I don't mean that.
You haven't tried to
as a
knock them
female.
up.
As a female,
No. Just just
Across the board.
divos and divas that are like.
I like that. Devos. Not Debo.
Devos.
Not Debo.
Not
You
Debo.
wouldn't want to talk shit about
No.
Debo. But Devos and Divas.
Yeah. It's like just be cool. Just be cool. There are people who would die to do what you're doing. Just be cool.
Why not just be cool?
Yeah.
Just be cool and eat the free crafty, eat the free food, and be cool.
Just
What
be
more
cool.
do you need?
Just be cool.
Be crafty and cool.
Crafty and cool, get that check,
Yeah.
and go home.
We're here with Marque Richardson, one of the stars of Dear White People. We want to finish off this show here.
Happy
and
ending?
We'll see what
I like
happens.
where his head's at, Kevin.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw this out, what we were just about to do.
Yeah. It wasn't his rider that one
It's
of us
been a
has
minute.
to finish him off. So
I will take my cock sock off, and we will.
We'll have to rock, paper, scissors for that one. But we wanted to throw some of these out to you. You know,
Stupid white people.
Chris and I are just dumb, stupid white people. And there's a lot of dumb, stupid stuff that we do. And we would like maybe to you, in the vein of Dear White People, kind of like the Dear Abby or whatever, people write in for advice. We want to throw out
Dr. Ruth.
some stupid things that maybe we do or we feel like white people do. And you just give us the Dear White People advice.
Okay.
Can we just toss some of these out
Just
of you?
toss them out. I love Dr. Ruth.
Tossy,
All right. So here's the first thing that I want to
impregnate
toss
her
out
too?
to you.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of dumb white people, Marquis, right
Yes,
now that
there
are
are.
up in arms talking about the recent Star Wars trailer showing the black stormtrooper. What are your thoughts about the Star Wars trailer with the black stormtrooper?
Dear white people,
I like it.
we have a black president. Why can't we have a black Star Trooper?
Fair enough.
Fair? Is that fair?
Or stormtrooper, either
Or
one.
Stormtrooper. See, we don't even watch the movie.
Star Trooper or stormtrooper,
Star,
either one of the
Storm,
two.
Comet, Star.
You're equal
whatever.
opportunity. Anyone that wants to fight with
All
the
of
Death
it.
Star, you're
Yes.
equal opportunity for any of their names. I
Thank
like
you,
that.
Kevin.
I like
you.
that.
He must be a Trekkie.
yeah.
All right. This is just very simple,
Oh, simple. I'm simple.
and it's up my alley, as you already can see.
Okay.
White people dancing. Period. I'm just going to leave it there.
I think that's good. Yeah.
White people
Very
dancing.
open-ended. I think that's smart.
And then I'll take a line from the movie, Dear White People, stop dancing.
So you don't even want white people to dance. You don't
At
think
all.
they should
At all.
You know what? I'm actually entertained by it, for the most part.
I am too, actually.
Because it's like when you see, sometimes, not you guys, clearly not you. But
Well,
you can
me
see-
maybe, but he's
count?
pretty good. I'm
Are you counting them? Like you can literally see counting.
I'm not that
in the
bad.
face.
I'm not that bad.
1, 2, 3. Shit.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Shit.
Yeah. Or them asking me to like show them a dance in the club, or if
Just
something's
because you're
happening.
a
Walk
black
up to you.
guy.
Teach me
Baby,
how to
yeah.
Dougie. Teach me how to Dougie.
Yeah, that happened. I was dancing with some friends, and this one girl came up, and she was like, "I like your whatever you're dancing, blah blah." Then she just dropped down in the splits. I was like, "What is happening here? What's going on?" So
She
anyways,
wanted to win your attentions and affections over, is what my guess is.
guess so.
Look what I can do.
Well, didn't experience it.
All right. Yeah, we're here with Marque Richardson playing our Dear White People advice game here. Here's one that I have. Maybe this is not a white people thing. I'm going to throw it out to you and see what you think. I feel like white people love purchasing little, tiny, annoying, yappy dogs to put in their purses. Do you have any advice for those people?
Paris Hiltons of the world. Sorry,
Yes.
Paris.
Yeah, the Paris Hiltons.
Yeah, dear white people, what is that about? I don't. What is that about? I mean, I have a sister-in-law who's half white, and she has a little yappy dog. So
Okay.
I'm guessing that's the white.
The white
That's
side.
the white side of her. Yeah.
But I love the dog, Brooklyn.
Yeah, if you're out there, Brooklyn. What's up?
She literally, that dog is a down ass bitch and will kill anybody for me, and I don't
Wow.
know why. So
Wow.
I'm down with the yappy dogs.
Okay, man.
I'm down with it.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's not. Maybe
Yappity yap.
it's not a.
Don't talk back.
Maybe it's not a white people thing.
It might be. It is.
It okay. It is okay.
She's half. So
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was definitely.
It was.
It was the
It
white
came from
side.
the white side.
Yeah, for
All right.
sure.
All right. So how about this? Not from my experience, from what I see.
Right.
From what I see.
Yeah.
White guys seem to love to get all like homoerotic, I guess, when they drink and get drunk and they're like wrestling and grabbing each other and it's
Yeah.
just like playing grab
They
ass
love to
and stuff like
pretend
that.
like they're gonna hit each other in the balls.
Yeah.
and really do
the
it. Yeah.
nut tap stuff.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I honestly couldn't tell you because
you're
I
not
don't-
white?
maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think maybe black people is more of a taboo situation in terms of touching and doing things with
Okay.
each other, and maybe maybe white people just have a flowier, freer experience. You guys
Okay.
appreciate it more.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe.
Yeah, we're here with Marque Richardson, breaking it down here with our Dear White People advice game. Now, this one's been talked about but I do want to get your take on it since you are in the business. It's very stressful to go to a horror movie and watch white people in the movie. And this is not a new topic, but they always want to investigate. They always want to go check out, oh, that was a noise over there. This is a scary house. Let's go up in the scary house. Who's there? Or like, honey, stay here. And they grab like a bat when they need to go investigate the bad guy.
Right.
Do you have any advice for the white people in movies, to change this behavior? Because, yet the brother gets killed off in the movie, but the white person is the one who's like, there's a dude with a chainsaw. I'm going to go say
he
what's
doesn't
up.
want to go. He's always trying to get out of there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe we need to switch reversal, make it reverse, because the white people clearly, if you guys are living in these films.
We go check it out, but we live.
Right, you live.
So maybe
weird.
Maybe you're like
Maybe
we
I need to
switch-
go check it out, and I'll live. But I will say I did 2 scary films, and I didn't die.
You didn't in either one.
Neither.
Wow.
Was there another black guy in the movie?
No.
That's awesome.
I didn't die.
Was that Jingle Dead? Too?
No. Well, I didn't die that, but
He's
I'm
Santa Claus,
assuming
Chris.
that's-
He's Santa
I
Claus.
know,
You
but
can't
I
kill
can't
off Santa Claus.
I'm assuming that's a scary movie by the sound of it.
Did they kill? They did kill Santa.
Spoiler
alert. They did kill Santa.
Well, you were Santa though,
I was Santa.
so they killed you.
I did get.
Ooh, wow.
But that was.
That's a Christmas downer right there.
Well, I'm
Jingle Dead.
got to cancel my pre-order for Jingle Dead 3.
Yeah, Amazon Prime subscription.
Amazon Prime subscription is
It's gonna go to waste.
going down the drain. They upped it. It's like $99 now.
I know. All right, we got time for a couple more here, Chris. Do you want to throw another of our Dear White People advice game out to Marquis?
Yeah. I'm going to just keep it simple again. White people that get cornrows. Explain. Decide.
Don't do it. Dear, don't do it. It looks dirty. And it's the cornrows and dreads. I don't understand that myself. You see white people with dreads. It looks dirty. It looks matted. It's just like you need to be cleaned. You need to soak.
Yeah.
You want to bathe those people.
I just want to wash them.
Just let me bathe you.
Yeah, let me bathe you.
Okay. Yeah.
With gloves
Dirty.
on.
Yes.
And bleach.
Lots of antiseptic
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Ajax.
All right.
Ajax. I think you can mix all that together.
Oh, yeah.
Ajax and bleach and all sorts of antiseptics and
Drink
Might
it,
not
bathe in it,
live.
whatever
Yeah.
you want.
But,
I think we
don't do it, white people.
Probably time for one more here with Marque Richardson, one of the stars of Dear White People, and our Dear White People advice game. It seems like white people, Marquis, are constantly creating new ways to die, right? Bungee cording, skydiving, all these ridiculous
Base
things.
jumping.
Base jumping. Any advice for those stupid white
They
people?
swim with sharks.
Yeah.
keep doing it. Just keep doing it, because if you die from that, then you probably deserve it. No offense, but we don't have to do that because we already live on the edge just by going outside. So I guess I get it.
I see. So to the 6 or 7, whatever it was.
Yeah.
White people in the grand jury.
Yeah.
Go base jumping.
Yeah.
Do some parkour.
Yeah. Do that.
Go
Swim
for
with
it.
some
Have some
sharks.
fun.
know?
You're not working right now. Just go have some fun.
Some
do
Russian roulette. Is that how you do that?
I heard they were bungee jumping with crocodiles now, like down in Australia or something like that.
That's ridiculous.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Really? You could come back up without a head.
Yeah.
But it was worth it.
It was
What
worth
is
it.
that? I mean, not that you guys.
Yeah, they got a
clearly don't
Groupon,
do that,
Chris,
right.
for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just a
Yeah.
good deal.
Yeah.
It's just a good deal. That's all.
Yeah. Well, hopefully all the Dear White People advice helped some people out there. A lot of good advice from Marquis. Very great to have you on the show. Marque Richardson, one of the stars of Dear White People. Very talented, very funny. Career on the way up. Don't forget about the little people. Don't forget about Chris and I whenever.
Who are you guys? I forgot. I already.
Yeah. Well, that was why I reminded you, just to make sure you don't forget,
Where
at least for a
am
little
I?
bit. Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
I know. Yeah.
Should have never had him on. I told you, Kevin. I told you.
I know.
This was fun. Y'all crazy.
Yeah, we'll have to have you back here soon, Marquis. Thanks.
Yes, tomorrow, next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, you can sit here tomorrow, but we won't have a show till next Wednesday.
Okay,
but
next
we would
Wednesday.
appreciate that.
Cool.
So thank you so much for coming on the show,
Yes,
Marquis.
appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much out there for listening. We will see you
That's it
guys
for us.
here on Screaming Go Radio next week.
Bye.
You're listening to Screaming Goat Radio with Kevin and Chris, right here on LA Talk Radio.